What's good, Ravens fans? I am back with some terrible news. Devin Duvernay is gone, guys. He's out for the rest of the season. These are the reports that are coming out. Let's look at it from the horse's mouth where I got it from. So we are going to look at it. You can see here, first Tom Pelissero said that wide receiver Devin Duvernay left practice with a foot injury. There's concern it could be significant. He's undergoing tests. And we've claimed Sammy Watkins off of waivers. But then a little bit after that, Jonas Schaefer just said that the Ravens receiver, Devin Duvernay, has been placed on injury reserve. He won't play again in the regular season. So I'm going to talk about how I feel. We'll look at some comments. But guys, something has to be done. Something has to be done. The truth is, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's 2 years in a row where a great portion of our season has been impacted by injuries, and I honestly think that we have to do better as a team. Right? That's the first thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about the injuries first. Who on our team, what position hasn't been affected by injuries greatly in the last 2 years? Quarterback, running back, now receiver. With our top two playmaking receivers going out, who are we going to pass the ball to? James Prochet? If that's the plan, guys, I need another plan, to be 100% honest. This organization let us down this year. And, I know you guys love, some Eric DaCosta. I get it. The truth is, we knew we needed a better passing game. And the way we fix that is by letting go of our best receiver. That's the way we fix the passing game. And that's just not good enough. Again, I know a lot of you guys don't like John Harbaugh and you don't like Greg Roman. I'm with you on Greg Roman. John Harbaugh is a good coach. And I think that he's the kind of coach that takes on the characteristics of his coordinators, right? And we see that with the different coordinators, right? When we had Rex Ryan as a coordinator, our defense was a Rex Ryan defense. Then our defense was a Dean Pease defense. Now our defense, none of them are John Harbaugh defenses. Same thing on offense. So it's but the reason I bring that up is because that's in direct correlation with our quarterbacks getting hurt, right? The truth is that we run the ball on more designed runs than other running quarterbacks in the league. Now, one could say that that's because of who our quarterbacks are, but give them a try. Give them a try. Again, we've seen Lamar Jackson throw the ball beautifully, right? What if we had play calls that really emphasize receivers getting open? What if we schemed receivers open? And we just don't do that. And as a result, we run the ball so often, and it leads to where we are now with our best players injured. And it's just a sad thing. So, and we have to solve this injury problem. I don't know what it is. Again, Derek Wolfe said in one of his interviews is that the Ravens push players hard during the offseason. More than he's been in his past environments because you play like a Raven. We have to start thinking about if we should change that up because right now it's not looking good for us, guys. And again, that's a John Harbaugh thing. You guys who don't like John, you let me know how you feel about that in the comments below. So that's the first thing. The injuries just have to stop. It's just we have to figure something out. It's a program-wide problem right now, and it's been that way for 2 years. There has to be a reason, and it just can't be bad luck because the truth is that Jalen Hurts runs the ball too, and he's not getting hurt as much as we get hurt. Other teams run the ball, and they're not getting hurt as much as we get hurt. Is it because we're running Lamar Jackson on designed run plays 8 times a game, and then of course he scrambles another 3 times a game? Is that the reason? Probably. The other positions I don't know. It would just have to be the training that we put them through, I think, and so we just have to figure that out. The next thing I want to talk about is just the receiver room in general. When your best receiver going into the season is an unproven receiver in his second year, and that's your best receiver, you're asking for bad things to happen in the sport of football, right? If someone, I hope someone was in a room with Eric DaCosta and John Harbaugh, and when they said, okay, what do you do, right? Because no one knew Devin Duvernay was going to be, the best receiver this year, even though, again, our receivers are just not great. But what if someone said, hey, what happens if Rashad Bateman gets injured, right? This is football, so people get injured. This is the Ravens, so a lot of people get injured. And then the answer was, we'll pass the ball to James Prochet and Devin Duvernay, who are also unproven and not high picks, right? These are lower picks. If that was the plan, that we don't need receivers, then that's a terrible plan. That's a terrible plan in today's NFL. I don't remember the last time a team won a Super Bowl without a proven receiver, right? And many teams who've won Super Bowls, like the Chiefs, again, just like the Chargers, not the Chargers, I'm sorry, I meant to say the Rams. I was thinking that way. Like the Rams, these people have great receivers. The Bengals were in the playoffs last year, generational receivers. It's sad. It's just sad what we've done to this team, where basically we're saying if anything is going to ever work in the passing game, it's Lamar Jackson. There is, again, Lamar Jackson has a skill to throw for 300 yards. We've seen him do it, right? Despite the way that our offense is built, right? Because the only reason he doesn't throw for around 300 yards every game like every quarterback is because the amount we run the ball in our pass attempts. But despite that, he's doing great when he throws the ball extended times, right? There is no chance in God's green earth that any other quarterback on our team will throw for 300 yards in the game, because they're not as good as throwing in those tight windows because our receivers can't get open and we can't scheme them open. It's just sad. So again, I hope you guys can feel it. I want to go to the comments. I want to see what the people, me, I'm all about the people. So let's see what the people are saying about this. And again, I want you guys to let me know in the comments below as well. So Jackson Lamar 08 said, we should just run Andrews, Oliver, and Likely. I assume that he's saying at the same time. We're going to have to. There's nothing else. Again, Oliver is better than Prochet, right? Demarcus Robinson is good. He's playing above his head, I think. But there's no way. There shouldn't be one set this for the rest of the season, and I've said this to you guys a lot. There should not be one set, guys. There should not be one set where we don't play two tight ends. If we do, get Greg Roman out of here, because you're supposed to put your best players on the field, and right now we can't do that because of all these injuries. Okay, so I'm gonna read this. This is a bad word, so I'm gonna be quick about it. Legitimately, forget EDC and the front office. Their decisions at the wide receiver position have absolutely taken away our ability to properly compete for a Super Bowl this season. We ain't doing stuff with Robinson, Jackson, and Watkins. LMAO, all our starting receivers didn't even start the season on our squad. Wow. I agree, guys, and I told you guys this before. This is just not good enough. Even the beginning of the season wasn't good enough. And Chaotic Ravens also said, people who defended what we entered the year with are laughable. And then Big Toe said there was a lot of them. Of course, they won't own up to it now. It's crazy, guys. It's sad. It's just sad. And these people are right now. Again, shout out to them. It's just 100% sad. So Kapate 13 said, and I'll probably end the video on this one here. To be frank, most receiving corps aren't good after losing receiver 1 and 2. Even if we had Mike Evans and Devontae Adams, do you think our number 3 receiver is going to carry us? you're dealt the hand you're dealt. I wish they did more too. Juice would have been smart, but clearly there are issues larger than roster building. Our star running back is hobbled from last year. Our most important players are missing games, Lamar, Stanley, etc. Eric DeCosta deserves blame, but there are more issues this season than just the roster. And so, again, I hear what he's saying, and he's not wrong. He's 100% right? That there are more issues than just the receivers. But what I do want to say, though, is that Lamar has proven he'll get you 10 wins, with nothing. He's proven that. Look at the stats. Lamar will get you 10 wins with absolutely nothing. Last year, he got you 8 wins. He was going to get you 10, and then he got hurt. This year, he got us 8 wins. He's going to get us 10 if he gets back against the Falcons, the Steelers, and the Bengals. And we only need to win one of those games against the playoffs, I believe. I think, and I think we'll win 2 of them at least. The Bengals are going to be hard. But what I do want to say, and please, guys, listen to me. I just want to highlight one thing here. This right here. To be frank, most receiving corps aren't good after losing receiver 1 and 2. The issue is that our receiver 1 was really a receiver 2 this season. Bateman is not good enough to be a receiver 1 in the NFL with the talent that is getting pushed out. You know what the truth is, guys? There's a receiver in free agency named Odell Beckham who was going to be better than Bateman anytime this season. That's what the truth is, right? There are, again, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have 3 receivers, okay, that you can say are better than our number 1 receiver when he's healthy, right? Let that sink in, okay? And I'm just using these teams because he named Mike Evans, right? Mike Evans, Godwin are no doubtly better than Bateman day 1. And then some people still like Julio Jones. Now he's old, but his production is the same level as Bateman's is. So let it be what it is. Because again, Bateman's not getting open like other people. He says Devontae Adams. The Raiders have 2 receivers who are better than our number 1 receiver, and Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow, right? And I know y'all don't like to give the white boys credit, but Hunter Renfrow can run routes and he can catch the ball. So it is what it is. And you got to blame Eric DeCosta for that, especially when we had a receiver on our roster who, regardless if you like it or not, him or Tyler Linderbaum, that's the question, right? And Tyler Linderbaum is good, but I just thought that we really let the team down, and I think that's evident by what's going to happen in the playoffs, I think, with no receivers, and they're going to stack the box, and James Prochet is going to have to win one-on-ones, which he hasn't won any this entire season. So you guys let me know how you feel in the comments below. Thanks, and go Ravens.